Hello, Mark from AAA Build for welcome to podcast number 5. We had some very good response from our previous podcast and a number of questions that have come in, so hopefully we can give you some information that will help clarify things for you and give you some ideas. First question that's come in. Hi guys, we live in an Art Deco apartment in St Kilda that has solid brick walls and one small bathroom with original terrazzo floor that we would like to keep. All the plumbing locations will remain the same. However, we would like it retiled floor to ceiling and have all new fittings and fixtures, including upgrading from taps to single mixers for the bath and shower. Is this possible? By the way, Body Corporate are very difficult to deal with and won't allow anything to be done without their permission. So we have a few answers on that for you. Number one, your terrazzo floor can remain. We cover and protect the terrazzo floor, so yes, it certainly can remain in place. With your taps, typically where you've got a standard tap breach, it needs to sit around 20 millimetres back from the finished tile surface. However, the mixers, they need to sit back further into the wall, around 45 to 55 millimetres from the tile surface. So unlike a tap breach where you can chase it into a brick wall with safety and not compromise the integrity of the structure, that's not the case with the mixer housings. Because the mixing housings have to be set so much deeper, technically if you remove brickwork to put in a mixer body, it's technically structural work and will generally trigger a requirement for engineering and a building surveyor to issue permits. Of course, the biggest hurdle is the time delay in getting Body Corporate approval, as well as getting your approvals through council. So the solution is to, where you've got solid brick walls or concrete walls, is to build a dummy wall. So stud and plaster wall on the over the top of the existing brick wall to around 45 to 70 mil deep, which is deep enough to house all the plumbing pipes and the mixer bodies. What this means is that there's no structural compromise and no surprises, and it works out about a tenth of the cost of having to go through a permit process and engineering. So yep, certainly can be done. Next question in. Hi, my name is Roberta. A friend of mine had a bathroom done by AAA Build and it looks fantastic and she is so happy with it. Thank you. Going through your Facebook page, I noticed the podcast Q&A you do and wanted to ask a question using this platform. Hopefully you can help me and others with the same problem. I have a small semi-detached house in Hampton with one downstairs bathroom, laundry and toilet all in the same room. At the moment there is a bath and shower which takes up a lot of space. Is it possible to redesign the bathroom so we take out the bath and just have a modern walk-in shower with no lip? By the way, I've had a few bathroom renovation companies come out to quote, and to be honest, they didn't give me much confidence having a walk-in tiled shower base with no lip, as they keep talking about potential problems regarding falls on drains and points of discharge, preventing a no-lip walk-in shower and requiring a hob or lip to raise the shower base, which I do not want and will look ugly. I would really appreciate some clarity and your advice on this, please. So, the fall from the top of an existing grate to the external wall, generally the point of discharge will be at ground level. Now, most older shower bases that are raised 50 to 100 mil with a hob beneath the shower screen, it's done that way to allow enough fall out into the point of discharge, which is generally located outside the house, and quite often in an older building you'll see the old pipe running down the wall and the pipe coming out of the wall to meet that into the discharge. By doing this, a lot of the times the grate ends up sitting below the point of discharge if it is lowered, or the water is flowing the wrong way, creating a backflow. So to create a fall from the new grate finished height without a hob to the new location in the external pipe that connects to the point of discharge, the easy option is if there's room from the point of discharge at ground level to connect a pipe to the outside to allow fall for the lowered new grate height. It's a very straightforward and inexpensive job for a plumber. Typically costs somewhere between $400 and $800. The harder option is where the point of discharge or the external ground level is higher than the finished height of the new shower grate level. To get around that, you need to excavate quite a large hole around 1 cubic metre, so a metre wide, a metre deep, a metre high. Lower the point of discharge below ground level, which is the actual discharge pipe, which requires getting a permit from your water authorities, and this will also require an inspection by the inspectors from the water authority before anything is filled back and concreted. This is quite a costly exercise and can cost anywhere between $4,000 and $7,000 depending on where your point of discharge is located in the external ground. You could have concrete paths there, you could have paving. If it's just garden bed, it's a little easier, but if you've got concrete all around the house on the outside, you're going beneath the foundation, so it also could trigger the need for permits. Question 3. Hi AAA Bill, my name is Michelle from Frankston. My husband and I googled for builders in our area and your company popped up. We went through your previous podcast and found them really helpful and honest. Thank you very much. My question to you today is, we have a house built on a slab and the location of the existing toilet, shower and vanity are, to put it mildly, all wrong and a terrible use of our space. We would like to make minor changes by moving the toilet about 500 millimetres in one direction, changing from an inset bath to a freestanding bath, and move the vanity to the opposite side of the wall and change it from a freestanding vanity to a modern wall hanging. And of course remove the old precast shower hob and turn the shower into a walk-in shower with a nice semi-frameless or frameless shower screen. We've spoken to a few builders and the contrasting quotes and advice has been from one extreme to another, prices ranging from $15,000 to $45,000. Some with a gung-ho attitude where they say nothing's a problem, to others requiring permits, engineering inspections and major slab reworks. I know it's hard for you to comment without seeing the job, but general advice based on your experience would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so point 1, the difference between a slab and a strip footing. Timber floor, you can access and relocate surfaces easily because you've got access to the subfloor and generally you've got enough depth beneath the floor to allow for the fall to point of discharge. With a slab, it's not so easy. It requires cutting into the slab and extra cost to work to reinstate the slab. Regulations when it comes to cutting the slab say that if you remove more than 20 to 30% of the thickness of the slab, you require an engineer to inspect the job and design a plan and issue permits. What that means is if you want a walk-in shower base, then there is no problem to do this. Normally there is no structural issue to deal with here, as we're only rebating 20 to 26 mil into the slab and providing, you know, the existence of the existing slab, which are typically 75 to 100 mil thick. When you need to relocate a toilet or vanity, you need to cut deeper into the slab to accommodate the larger pipes. This unfortunately means you will compromise the integrity of the slab and need an engineer to design a plan and sign off on the job. This will typically require permits. So if you can generally move a toilet, if you're not moving more than 500 mil away, you can generally do that without any great issues. For major changes to the toilet location, you would in all cases, try to keep it so that the cistern is facing an external wall, so that all the plumbing can be done from outside and connected without interfering with the slab or the foundations. Changing from a freestanding to a wall-hung vanity within 800 to a metre of an existing position is normally not a big deal or expense, provided that the existing plumbing can be chased back into the wall. The other alternative is that you have a wall-hung vanity. The pipes are visible underneath. They can be covered with a MDF surround and tiled, or done in the same material as your cabinetry. However, as the location is more than that, it will require substantial cuts into the slab to make that happen, to get from point A to point B. Not as savage a process as moving the toilet, because the pipe is smaller, however, will still likely trigger permits and engineering. So to cut into a slab generally means you've got to cut into the slab through reinforced steel using a demolition saw. The plumbing has to be roughed in under the slab, and all the pipes lagged. Then the reinforced steel needs to be reinstated into the concrete as per the engineering specified by the building surveyor, and then the concrete pour with the correct strength of concrete, or what they call MPa. So all of these steps are inspected by inspectors at the time prior to the work being carried out, so they make sure that each step is correct, and this is where all the expense comes in. So if you're on a slab, best to avoid relocating anything if you can. In summary, if you really want to make the changes but don't want to go to the extra expense of cutting into the slab, your options are to use a freestanding vanity to hide the pipe coming out of the ground, or have a wall-hung vanity with the pipe boxed in to hide it under the vanity. Position the toilet so you can get access and connect from outside the house. So look, there's a lot of information there and a lot of technical stuff too. I've tried to keep it simple for you, but look, that should answer a lot of those questions that continually pop up.